Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot, and thank you for joining me again. Welcome to everybody, and welcome to my new subscribers. I love receiving your comments, so feel free to put them in below. And if you've got anything you want me to read on, please just ask away. If you don't feel you can put it on the public forum, my email address is in the About section. Feel free to email me privately. What I want to have a look at today is something I've wanted to have a look at for a little while. Oh, excuse the watering eyes. The weather and the coffee throat. The weather has come in after a run of what felt like glorious Indian summer days. The weather has finally come in, so the heated floors have gone on and we're just rugging up a little bit more. So winter has finally decided to think about arriving. Not quite here yet. So what I want to have a look at today is something that I've been wanting to read on for a while now, just to see. Now, my book here, I have nothing, no questions written down. I just have the name. I want to have a look at Alexei Navalny and what the future holds from him. Now, I've read on him a couple of times in the past. I have seen that he will be released from prison. He will not be in any sort of physical condition to lead Russia, although he will be a rallying point. I have seen that it is his wife, Yulia, that will take up the banner. And I very much, and I still feel it very strongly, that Alexei Navalny is the same energies of Vladimir Zelensky, both the King and Queen of Wands, the inspiration and inspiring figures that really do care for their country and for their people above all else, and that they are astute planners with wisdom and intellect. So, but for the good of their people. There's no self-glory in it at all. But I want to have a look at Alexei Navalny and what will happen with him. Now, recently he was sentenced to, under false pretenses, they're desperately trying, when I say Russians, I do not mean the average Russian person. I am talking about Putin and his enabling cronies. They are desperately trying to keep him silenced and imprisoned. So they have brought false charges against him again and have increased his prison sentence to 13 years because he was due to be out within the next year or so. So I just want to have, oh look, here he's leapt out. He's leapt out along with the celebration card. Wow, okay. And then strength on the bottom. Oh, goodness me. Now, I don't know this guy. Wouldn't know him if I passed him in the street. He was the one that, he was the leader of the opposition. He was a real threat to Putin in the last elections, if you can call them that, in Russia. Things they're predetermined. He had fled Russia. He was under the impression that the more famous he became, the more well known, the more safe he would be, he and his family. However, that backfired spectacularly, is because the more famous and the more well known and the more liked he became, the more of a threat he became to Putin and his oligarchs. So he fled Russia. He was poisoned and fell ill on a airline flight. He was, I think, he was taken to Germany where he recovered. He was not expected to recover, where he recovered, but he has lost a lot of his, he hasn't lost his spirit and his determination and his passion and his light, but he has lost the energy to actually bring that forward. So he recovered in Germany. He then decided to return to Russia to face the consequences, and immediately was imprisoned. So I just want to have, first of all, an overall. I'll start with an overall for Alexei Navalny, using my Lightseer's Tarot. I'll do an overall for, no I won't, I'll do an overall for Alexei Navalny. I'll ask a few questions, and then I will use my intuition cards for Yulia Navalny. I think it's pronounced. They do have a little bit extra on the end, the females. I have seen her as being the light that comes forward. But tell me about Alexei Navalny. 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 Right, sorry if I shuffle a bit long sometimes. Those who are learning tarot, you will get a feel of the cards and they will tell you when they are ready. Okay, so we've got the High Priestess here. There are things that we do not know that are going on in regards to Alexei Navalny. Usually this would mean a hidden agenda, but I'm not hearing that today. I'm hearing more that there are just things that, I mean, look at the light out of the top of that goddess. But there are things going on in regards to him and his future that we do not yet know about. Not necessarily negative. It's quite a positive card, that one. And the Star of Hope. Wow. Do I even need to go further? There are things coming forward that we don't know about yet with this and this Star of Hope. Wow. I will keep going. But gosh, what a first couple of cards to come out. Base of the reading, foundation of the reading is this difficult decisions crossroads card. It is the two, these are swords, these two crows, traditionally swords. They are about a decision crossroads with the aspects of the truth. In the past, in the past there's been this argy-bargy, infighting, bickering, but if you have a look at this, this is really what's going on inside Russian politics. This is the past. Everybody's whacking everybody over the head, but no two people are fighting each other. Everybody's just fighting everybody. And this is what's been going on in Russian politics. They're all tearing each other down as they try to reach this light, this flame at the top, this pinnacle, and it's every man for himself. And this is what happened to Alexei. It's all about tearing others down in an attempt to reach this glory. But that's in the past. Crowning the reading, magic is going to happen really quickly. Messages are going to come forward really quickly, and I'm getting this pull that it's towards what's going on in Ukraine. So I do have a question there. I'll have a look at that in a minute. In the meantime, they will be playing their cards close to their chest. So the supporters of Navalny, this action that's going to be taken, this agenda, you're not going to hear anything. They're just going to hold it close to their chest and keep it intact and safe, the plans. The external influences, slow and steady, reliable progress being made forward, whatever this is. And then we have internal influences, temperance. This is very much the energy that he imbibes. This is just calm, balanced, reasoning energy. You never see him get angry, you never see him get emotionally upset. When you see him, he is stoic, but he has that look that he has this inner fire in him that will never be extinguished. And this is him. This is about the balancing within him. And he has, even this figure here has the angel wings of the Archangel Michael. He has been protected. He has been protected. Hopes and fears. There is a decision to be made. There are decisions need to be made. They are not clear at the moment what those decision choices will be. However, okay, this is the energy he and Yulia have between them. They are a team. They are a powerful team. They have this energy between them where they are supportive. They are fully committed. They are fully understanding. 10 of Cups. This is his dream. This is their dream. Sorry, not his dream. This is their dream, because this is her coming into this picture about this bringing an end of what is currently in Russia and bringing the country back to a place of emotional prosperity where families can thrive. And the King of Swords. Wow. Normally I have him as the... Okay, sorry. I suddenly got a light dizzy spell as I have brought up these two kings. So the King of Swords, intellect, wisdom, harbinger of the truth. Sorry, hit my microphone there. But if you also look at this, this is a very calm, cool and collected character overlooking the realm, what he surveys, and you've got the owl of wisdom, the crow of truth, you have I think it's a butterfly of transformation. Not quite sure what the bat means, Batman in disguise, but he is the leader he is the inspirational, wise, intelligent leader of all he surveys. But then you also have him as the King of Pentacles here, which is all about domestic security, financial security, teaching, harbouring, mentoring. And I also love that you have this wolf. So he's got a little bit of, he's sitting in his library, surrounded by his books, admiring this pentacle of wealth and health and prosperity and strength. But he's got a little bit of a wild side. He's protected by the wolf there, a little bit of a wild side. And here is the ascent to governance, but also ascent to the light. Ascent to the light, and then we have the wish fulfillment, the joy. I mean, this is probably the most joyful card in the whole deck. Joy, and then we have the new start, but this is a fool, not a fool, it is the Fool, which is the first card in the deck. It is very much about setting out on a journey with trust and courage, and this is what he embodies, trust and courage. And here he is at the base. So we've got the three kings. The three kings, we also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcana. So it is very much about a take note. But yeah, here he is. The inspiration, the mentor, the leader with the line of strength in the background. Celebration. Things will happen very quickly when they happen. There will be boundaries set. There will be a line drawn in the sand as things currently in Russia for Putin come to a close. Okay, it is going to be quite anxious, but I am always drawn to this white dove of peace in regards to this. So there will be time of anxiety as Russia goes through this time of anxiety, and it will need a period. Okay, so what I'm getting is that he will be this white dove in this Nine of Swords, in this anxious time, as he guides Russia, nurtures Russia, heals Russia in authentic reform. So this is death, which is either death and rebirth, or endings and beginnings, but I very much see it as authentic reform, and it will be a new start. So yes, I do see that this is the energies that Navalny is bringing forward, which has led me to a couple of questions. I will change decks because I don't know that that's the deck for these questions that I'm going to ask. Brought me to a couple of questions. So that's all the energy and the passion and what Navalny brings forward and what he will bring forward. But the question I want to ask now is, okay, Putin is going to exit stage left. We know that. I have seen it. Numerous other readers have also seen it. The method of which is not exactly clear. There is a very strong supposition in the intelligence agencies of the world that he is suffering potentially from bowel cancer, and is under quite intense medication for that. But I read also the other day that there are oligarchs plotting to remove him. There is also I can't remember what it's called now, the FSB or something, that was the KGB, potentially going to remove him. We just know that he's going to be removed. We're just not exactly sure how that's going to come about. But my question is will Alexei Navalny be released from prison when Putin exits stage left? However he goes, however Putin goes from his position, from this planet, however it goes. If you have a look a while back, I had a really strong image of him taken out, wasn't assassinated, just removed from picture by a female, which was interesting, and it was because of what's going on in Ukraine. But tell me, will Navalny be released from prison? Yes, he will be reunited. He will be reunited. Will Navalny be released from prison on the demise of Putin? Will Navalny be released from prison on the demise of Putin? Don't want to go too far into it. Right. So we've got this yes. It is an ending of an era, but it is also a coming together, an emotional reunion, an emotional ending of something. Ah, yes. Now you've got the stag is so this is a new start, a new financial, health, whatever start. Think dream big and work hard sort of start, but I'm always drawn in this card to this stag, this symbol of power, this symbol of looking after those around him, caring for his harem, for want of a better way of putting it, but also looking after the forest. He makes his way through the forest with those huge antlers on his head, but never gets caught up. He's astute, strong, powerful figure. At the moment, going through this abuse of power. That's what he's suffering, is the abuse of power at the hands of the devil. Actually, I'll just lay these cards out slightly differently because I'm getting a different reading than what I was originally going to do. Meister's telling me that they're supposed to be in the Celtic cross. I didn't listen to him to start with, but so he's told me again. Well, I did listen to him, but I ignored him, so he's told me again. So what we've got is this yes, very much so card. The second signifier is this new start, this powerful, compassionate creature. The foundation at the moment is this abuse of power, this betrayal, this just sabotage of everything. And if you have a look at the battlefield behind here, it is a barren battlefield. You've got these figures that are despairing, they are deceased, they've given up the fight, they're completely not engaging anymore. And you've got this creature at the front who's just collected up all the armoury and is buggering off. So this is about abuse of power, but abuse of power over a barren field. And this is the foundation at the moment. This is the situation he's in at the moment. And here is the devil. Here's Putin. In fact, if you have a look at it, if you think of the images of Putin riding his horse, if you stuck a helmet on him with horns on it, it would look exactly like that. But it is in the past. This powerful figure of toxicity is in the past. At the moment, we have this abuse of power going on, but the instigator of this abuse is in the past. Top of the reading, the world, culmination, endings and beginnings, new starts, a unity of diversity of the world coming together and bringing forward the strength, the power, everything positive to do. Near future, it's going to happen really quickly. Okay, so this is the question was, will he be released from jail at the demise of Putin? And yes, it is. So Putin is currently in the past. Immediate future, yeah, it's going to happen pretty darn quick. External influences are having to defend oneself. So at the moment, the external influence on him is he's going to have to look after himself. He's going to have to keep his messaging there. At the moment, he seems to be a little bit forgotten with what's going on in Ukraine and with Zelensky. But we've got these wands here, which is very much the Zelensky inspirational, Zelensky Navalny influence. So he's just going to have to make sure his message is still getting out there, but he is going to have to just look after himself in the moment. The internal influence. Now, no, he's not going to die. This is very much about an ending, a new beginning, and a reform. So what he's going to have to do is he's going to have to draw on every ounce of his strength, because there will be moments where it would just be so easy to give up, but he won't. This is about death and rebirth. So, okay. So the internal... Okay, right. Okay, sorry, Meister. I shall listen to you. I'm listening to you, Meister. He is telling me that this is about a death and rebirth. He has to come to a position where he is the death and rebirth, or the authentic reform of his mission. Does that make sense? So this is going to lead me to Yulia, because where he has been the central figure, he's going to realise that because of this having to defend himself, having to retreat, having to being wounded in battle, feeling battle weary, he's going to have to internally reconsider and transform his internal, the authentic reform that he wants to bring about. Hopes and fears. There's hard work going on behind the scenes, building a solid foundation. This person, though, is by themselves building it. So this is him. There's a lot of hope being pinned on him being this solid foundation, this solid creator. But I think these two tie in quite nicely, that he is bringing the foundation, building this foundation for this reform. Okay, the potential future is loss, out in the cold. This is, okay, his health. This is, so Pentacles can mean wealth, so it can mean, great financial loss, but it also means health. His health, when he is released, is precarious. He's not on death's door or anything like that. He's just not robust like he was. Then we get this wish fulfillment and strength. So he is going to feel like he has lost so much, that he has been literally out in the cold. I mean, I don't know what these prison cells are like, but his health is not going to be. He's going to need to look after and nurture his health. He's not going to be robust. But we've got this wish fulfillment, this cheers, emotional wow, and his inner strength coming forward. And here we have him with Yulia again. They are going to work as an amazing team. She's going to be the dynamo out front, and he's going, so even looking at this card, she is the dynamo out front, he is the shadow in behind, holding her up, supporting her, guiding her. We have justice. There will be justice for what he's done. We have the Queen of Wands, which is Yulia, but it is also the energies of that Navalny and Zelensky bring forward, their feminine side to counter the masculine, which is about their nurturing and their caring and their inspiration. Okay, yes, right. I am being told this is Yulia. This is her card. This, actions and consequences. This is Yulia coming to the fore with a message of inspiration and rebalancing. Wow, okay. So that leads me to Yulia. Wow, okay. So that's, will he get out? Yes. Yes, Putin's reign is already in the past. He will come out. He will not be... He will be the rock behind the person. But he will be disappointed in that he doesn't have the energy for that, but he is also a realist. And he does understand. Okay, so leads me to my last question, and I'm going to use my intuition cards for this, and we will see what the story tells us. Tell me about Yulia Navalny. Yulia Navalny. Now, before I get there, I wanted to have a look, and I forgot to have a look. So someone can tell me. Mariupol, I had read that the UN would not be going in, and they didn't. There was some sort of negotiation that went forward in regards to getting the civilians out. I haven't heard whether the fighters, the soldiers, have been taken out or not. Been able to escape, because I really saw that those that were fighting were determined that they would stay and they would be determined. But I'm thrilled if I'm wrong. Please, someone let me know in regards to Mariupol as to whether I was wrong. Read on that a couple of weeks or a week or so ago that the women and children will be let out, but the fighters have resigned to the fact that they're going to stay and defend the steelworks. So I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'll have a look when I'm finished, but again, please tell me if I am. I would be delighted to be wrong on that one. And we are wrong. We get the energies from our not to make excuses, but we get our readings from the energies of that time. However, humanity does have free will, and things do change. They do change. Sometimes not, but sometimes they do. Usually for the better, as more people become aware and put light and love energies out there, a higher vibration. But okay, back on topic. Yulia Navalny, tell me the story going forward for Yulia Navalny. Tell me the story going forward for Yulia Navalny. Wife of Alexei Navalny. Been a bit quiet lately, probably not a bad thing. Bullseye. Bullseye. Not a bad thing, staying out of the way, staying out of the limelight at the moment. Tell me about Yulia Navalny, biding her time. Yulia Navalny. Okay, see what the story tells us. Okay, so here we have the home front. Unity. Stop plus bravery. Okay, and rebuilding. So things have just come to a pause at the moment, which is what I actually just mentioned. So on the home front, this unity of diversity has stopped. However, she still has the courage at rebuilding, but she's just staying out of the limelight at the moment, staying quiet, staying small. Okay, the love for the aliens is out and in the past. So okay, so any love the Russian people had, so the aliens are those that are invading Ukraine, and when I say invading, I'm not talking about the soldiers that had no choice. I'm talking about Putin and his cronies. Any love that was for Putin and his cronies is out and in the past. There is the technology, the wealth of technology is dripping through, one drop at a time, filling the bucket. The darkness of this corruption will be transformed. The darkness of this corruption, monetary corruption, will be reformed through the noise on the world and bullseye in regards to the future. Overseas. Is she overseas at the moment? Is she out of Russia? But there is a bullseye about, this is a bullseye about the future, that this corruption will be reformed. There'll be contracts with the people that will get rid of any division, and you'll end up with this comfort. Fear. Wonder what the fear on the world stage is there. We'll keep going. One more line. Freedom. Have a leap of faith in regards to this freedom. It will grow. The people will be happy. It will be strong. It will come about in regards to science and technology. But it won't be an easy path. It will be a convoluted path. And I'm wondering, I'll get a clarifier on this fear. Fear on the world stage. What have we got here? Okay. She will end up with this agreement with the people that will remove the division and the comfort of fear. So it's people finding comfort and fear of the rest of the world. She will bring forward this freedom through the leap of faith that those have in her, that will bring about growth, happiness, strength. But it won't be a simple, easy path. The health, okay. So if this is her and Alexei, his health, they'll need to work together as a family to create magic and what I'm getting is improve. So if you think of your life when you come home from work and the dog's at the door and he's like, dad's home, mum's home, wee-hee! The magic, but there will be this element of poverty, but there will be hope. There will be hope and joy and celebration. The glass that is empty is currently entwined. The glass is empty. It is all currently tied up and entwined, but that will be broken down. This is the toxicity of the abundance. The swamp will be slowly struck down. Slowly struck down. Okay. No, base of the pack, no time for, okay. This is interesting. No, this is time for peace. Anger will be struck down, replaced with trust in a leader who will bring prosperity into the country. And we have Alexei and we have Yulia. Alexei and Yulia ruling together big-heartedly, all go, communications and inspirational. Okay, so I see that things will be positive. I can't give you a time frame other than once Putin goes. So, again, nearly 40 minutes. I keep trying to get them down under half an hour. I do apologise, I waffle for so long. Thank you for joining me. I am looking forward to this. I will read on Yulia and Alexei in the future again, as things do change, and I just want to just keep an eye on them. I have great hopes for them. I have actually seen Navalny meeting Zelensky. The two men, I have seen the two men come together and shake hands. So I am really hopeful for a positive outcome in regards to that. So stay hopeful, stay sane, stay excited, send your light and love, look after yourselves, look after your community, and love to you all. Take care. Bye-bye.